What is hatching, Toga Peeps? OldManTup coming at you today with our Week 4 battle of the PPL Season 3 D2. And we're playing Eric, aka AshtonAkai, and the Bristol Bidoffs. Now, let's take a look at our team matchup. Pretty much what we expected him to bring. To a T. So, yeah. We're looking pretty good on that aspect. Still really scared of Hydrogen, especially if it's scarfed, because it can just go wham bam thank you ma'am to my team, depending on his coverage. Heliolisk looks like a solid start. We can bluff the scarf right off the bat because it outspeeds Hydrogen if he leads it. It will not speed Raikou, but if he leads Raikou, which is also looking like a really good lead option for him, but he might not lead that because we've led Garchomp, I believe, every other week for the most part. So he might be fearing that, which means he would probably definitely lead Hydrogen, expecting us not to be scarfed. So we're probably going to have a Hydrogen lead. We can take any one shot, I believe even from a Specs Draco Meteor, with our Assault Vest Heliolisk. So that's what we're going to lead. I'm going to throw out some thank yous real quick. Thank you to Mr. Slyro for recording our match for us this week. Thank you to Bill Standish for the fantastic job he did on the thumbnail for this video. If you didn't see it, the image I gave him was pretty rough, and he touched it up and made the shading so bueno that, yeah, mucho bueno. And thank you to Travis for jetting the team in like the last seconds before the match, because I had to change when the time of the match was going to be because my work schedule changed, and everyone was really able to help me get this match done, including Eric. So thank you guys all for that. So let's dive into this match and see what we're going to get here. So, like I said, playing Eric, expecting the Hydrogen lead. We can take any hit we need to from our Heliolisk, and we'll be seeing what he's going to throw at us here. So, he does lead the Hydrogen, so we're just going to go ahead and fire off a real strong Hyper Voice. Get that nice stab, and hits everything on his team relatively well, except for a max special defense Florges. So that's what he does send out. And we're going to Volt Switch out here because we have no reason not to. We're going to outspeed this thing in any universe because we're max speed. And that's going to put him right about 25%. That's going to let us bring out Tyrion, who can pretty much eat up anything he wants to hit us with here, which is also very good for us. I'm going to send out that Moonblast, and that is going to do not a darn thing. Negligible damage. He is going to get the special attack fall, which doesn't matter because we're a physical attacker. We're Banded Entei. Now, we have to play around here because he still has the Arcanine out. So we are going to drop, and I thought Henry was going to be Arcanine, but it is Mr. Slowking, Mr. Blue Collar. And we're going to miss the Stone Edge there, which is not all that important in the grand scheme of things. It would have helped us gauge what set he's running. But he's going to go for Scald here, and we have Dry Skin Heliolisk, and he's going to eat up all of that wonderful scaldedness. Now he's going to send out Raikou here, the Raikou, and we are just going to go for the Hyper Voice again, because I really didn't think he was going to bring in a Scissor at that point. He probably just expected us to Volt Switch ourselves. Now he's going to Volt Switch, that's going to do nothing. Hyper Voice did massive damage to that, making me think he's not Assault Vest himself, and that he's probably either Scarfed or Specs. We're just going to keep dropping Hyper Voices because it's doing a lot to his team, and that is going to put Helen down around 50% health. We're just going to go for another Hyper Voice to see what he wants to do. I didn't want to play any crazy shenanigans here and let him get up a free substitute. Seeing that he had the leftovers, I thought that might be a viable set this week. But he's just going to go for the Synthesis. So we're going to see two moves here, and we're just going to Volt Switch out, doing damage on the turn. There's no reason for us not to. He can't go into anything that's going to get no damage from that. So we're going to switch out Landmine here, expecting another Moonblast coming our way. But he's going to opt to Toxic here. So we've seen 3 of his 4 moves. I'm going to have to guess his other move is Hidden Power Fire. But with no investment, he might not be able to one-shot me. And he's going to go out into Flare Bud here. Fairly obvious play. We're just going to set up the rocks because he's doing a lot of switching early, and we want to punish him for that. Now, we're going to activate our plan here to take this thing out. We're going to go out into Street Shark. He's going to drop the Will-O-Wisp. Now, this is a moment we've been waiting for in our planning. He's going to drop a Will-O-Wisp. We're going to stay in, expecting him to be physically defensive. And we're going to Earth Power its face clean off. Now, let's see if that plan actually happens. Because if he stays in, we get a really good shot of one-hit KOing this thing. The Will-O-Wisp is obviously going to land. Now, the dangerous thing about this Garchomp set is he has a switch that can avoid all of our attacks until something goes down. Earth Power can be avoided by Levitate, Hydreigon. Draco Meteor and Dragon Pulse can be completely nullified by the Florges. And the Fire Blast can be eaten up by what we're going to have to assume is Flash Fire Arcanine because we didn't see the Intimidate. So let's take a look and see what happens. He's going to get the Will-O-Wisp off, and we're like, okay, we can do this. He's going to stay in. We're going to outspeed. And we get the Earth Power off, and we're just like, oh god, please kill. Please kill, that would be so fantastic. And bada boom, realest guy in the room, how you doing? Is Garchomp. So Garchomp nets a kill on Arcanine, and that opens up the door for Entei to come in and just wail on things. Now, we're going to switch out here, expecting the Dragon Pulse to come. And we're going to bring in Sunstorm because we know we can, or a Draco Meteor because we know we can eat that up. Now, we've already got damage, and Draco Meteor is going to hit us here, and look at how well we take this. Pretty freaking well, if you ask me. I mean, that is a stab Draco Meteor from Scarf Hydreigon. Now, Sunstorm pretty much done with what it needs to do at this point. Taking the hits. And we knew after that turn for a fact that this thing was locked, which gives us the opportunity to bring out Mega Sableye here. Mega up and set up the Calm Mind. So I know what you're thinking, Tup. It's too early for you to set up Calm Minds. He still has Florges. Well, now that we know that he's max special defense, we know that we can take a Moonblast at +1. And I want to get some good damage off on this thing with Shadow Ball, and I thought this turn it was very conceivable that he would Synthesis, thinking I was going to switch, knowing that he wasn't going to do more than half. That doesn't happen. We are going to get the Shadow Ball off, and it does not as much damage as I was really hoping it would, but this is max special defense Florges from the best I can tell. So, not really that upset about this. I'm going to switch out into Landmine because we know he's either going to Synthesis this turn or he's going to Moonblast, and I will handle either of those very well. Now from this point, I'm not really scared out immediately by anything. So I can just start either Gyro Balling to attack or setting up the Leech Seed. We're going to Gyro Ball this turn because we still don't know whether or not he's carrying that HP Fire, which is going to probably two-shot us. I'm going to Gyro Ball there. That does not enough damage. He's going to Mega up here, and I really think he's going to Swords Dance. So I want to get up. He's going to Roost this turn. I kind of thought if he had Swords Dance, he would have done it there. And we're just going to set up the Leech Seed because I don't want this thing setting up on us for free. So I'm going to get the Leech Seed because I really don't think he's going to have that much that he can do to us. And we have, you know, the guy in our back pocket. So I want to see what he has here because I didn't want to get hit in the face with a superpower if I switched into my Entei. So we see the Swords Dance here, and I don't want him to get up more than 1 for free. So we're going to go into Street Shark because it is expendable at this point and burnt anyways. So he's going to one-shot us. We do get that rough skin damage, which is more or less we wanted free damage and to see what his moves were, because almost anything he's going to have is going to be contact. So we're going to bring out Tyrion here, because even a +2 bullet punch is going to do next to nothing. So we know he's going to switch out, and we're just going to start dropping Sacred Fires, because he really doesn't have anything to switch into it comfortably. Henry's going to come out here. Stealth Rocks is going to prove its worth as he's going to start switching around to try to avoid these Sacred Fires. And that doesn't do a lot, but we're going to snag the burn. 50% chance, and we get it the first time, which is just fabulous, because it's going to negate his leftovers. And unless the last move on his Florges is Heal Bell, this thing's going to be burnt the rest of the match. Now we're going to switch out here in Steven Universe, because he isn't going to be able to do a whole heck of a lot to us. Even if he scalds, that's not going to be much. He is just going to slack off here to keep his Slowking healthy, because it's the only thing he has left that he can switch in and take 2 shots. So he's going to have to switch out here, because there's no way he's going to be able to stay in. Pretty sure he's max defense, enabling him to take those hits as well as he's taking them. And what are we going to do here? Yeah, we just straight up go for the Shadow Ball to get damage on whatever he wants to switch in. We know it's not worth setting up because of how this thing was taking hits from before. It would have been beneficial to double there, but it wasn't worth the risk in the event he stayed in and scalded to try and take this thing down. Because that thing's fat anyways and probably would have taken a Shadow Ball. We're going to go into Tyrion here, predicting if he has a hidden power to use it this turn. Because we switched in landmine the last time, and it does turn out that it's most likely a hidden power fire because we resist it, and it makes the most sense for the build of his team. So he's going to send out Henry here, who's going to take rocks damage, who's going to take Sacred Fire to the face damage, and is going to take burn damage, which is going to be just below half, and that's fantastic because we can force this thing to keep switching out as it switched in, and he's going to withdraw here, and I kind of figured that was going to be the play, which is going to give us a free Sacred Fire. I thought he was either going to switch out that turn or go for the slack off, and I wanted to go for the chance that he was switching out and just get huge damage on something with a Sacred Fire. It turns out to be Hydreigon. We're going to go into Landmine here because I really don't think he can go for anything that's going to one-shot us. He hasn't shown the fire move yet. He's going to go for the Draco Meteor, and that is going to do laughable damage. For having no special defense investment besides 1 EV, or 1 point worth this week, Fairthorn, you are a beast. Taking these hits like nobody's business. So he's going to switch out Orsum here, and I have no reason whatsoever not to just keep setting up lead seeds from this point on. I don't think he's going to stay in, because he's obviously scarfed at this point, after he outran the Heliolisk. We know that for a fact. And we're just going to keep setting up lead seeds on whatever he wants to switch in on us, because it's going to punish him and put pressure on anything he sends in, and or make this just roost every time it comes in. So he's going to switch out here. He's going to send out Raikou. And I don't remember, did we switch out this turn or we just attack? I don't remember, and all these things. We do switch out this turn. And we're going to go out into Entei. Yep, that's it. Because we got that extreme speed. And that extreme speed cleans up the rest of his team outside of Slowking at this point. Now, I don't think he's going to switch out. And he does stay in. And that is going to clean up the Raikou there, and that is bueno. So, Entei putting a notch on the belt on the expert, not the expert belt, on the putting a notch on his choice band. Slowking's going to come out here. We have to switch out. I thought about staying in to see how much damage we would do, but I didn't want to be stupid and risk my win condition. So I'm going to go out into Landmine. Pretty much going to be able to eat up anything he does here outside of a Fire Blast. And a Fire Blast does huge damage to us, even from Slowking. So, I don't remember the calc. There was a chance he could kill us with Fire Blast, and it might have guaranteed, I don't remember at this point. But I need to stay in because I don't want to switch it. I don't really have a free switch into anything at this point. He's going to Fire Blast and miss, which is huge because it allows us to keep Fire Thorn around. We're going to hit him with that Power Whip. Going to crit. I don't remember if the crit mattered. It probably did based off of how well this thing was taking the Sacred Fires from Bandit Entei. Is going to go out to Orsum here. I'm almost at full health. He hasn't shown the superpower, so I'm not scared to switch out because he's probably just going to roost trying to keep things as healthy as possible. Giving him the switches that he needs, and even if he attacks, like I said, it's not going to do a lot of damage. He's going to set up the roost here, but he's in no position to stay in from this point, and he's not really in a position to switch out because, well, here we go, he's going to switch out. As I say that, I must be thinking too far ahead. Oh, Helen's still around, that's why. But Helen is not going to appreciate the Sacred Fire to the face. It is going to hit. I've been fortunate to hit all my Sacred Fires, which I believe are only 90 or 95% accurate. But we have landed all of them to this point. Hydrogen is going to come out. We're going to switch out because, again, he hasn't shown the Fire Blast, and he's at such a desperate spot that even if he goes for it, it's not going to pay off for him. We're going to see the Dark Pulse, which does pretty decent damage, but manageable to the point where we can just stay in, set up a Leech Seed, and pressure him out. I mean, he can't kill us, and a Gyro Ball is going to kill him anyways. So Orsum's going to come back out here. We are just going to continue to set up Leech Seeds. Again, very fortunate on our behalf that we didn't miss any, and the only thing that we've missed so far this match was the Stone Edge, which again had little to no consequence besides a set read at that point. So again, this thing is pressured. I was really expecting the double here, but I still don't have a reason not to go out into Tyrion, because even if he doubles, Extreme Speed kills everything remaining on his team outside of this, and if he stays in with this, I can just go for another Banded Sacred Fire. So he's going to go for the Bug Bite there. That does a lot more damage than I expected it to, but we got that Leech Seed still, which is really, really hurting him. He's going to stay in, take the Sacred Fire to the face, and Orsum is going to go down. That's, I think, kill 3 for Entei this week. He's going to switch out into Hydreigon. We're going to play it safe. He's going to have to lock himself into Dark Pulse. We're going to go into Landmine, which can eat up 2 of those, barring a flinch. And we'll be able to just Gyro Ball for the victory. So he's going to Dark Pulse here. We're not going to flinch, and we are going to get that Gyro Ball off, and that is going to finish the game. So GG Eric, great game, well played. My team just stacked up really well against what he brought, and we prepped really well, so we had the benefit there. He played good, he made good reads. It was just a war of attrition. Oh, pardon me, sorry, it's 5 in the morning and I woke up to edit this. So yeah, GG Eric. Unfortunate crit and miss with the Slow King. I apologize for that. And yeah, we are now 2-2. Both of us, as a matter of fact, were 1-2 going into this match. If I'm not mistaken, he beat Magnitude, aka Pokemon Trainer Steve, aka the Milwaukee Saucebucks. Milwaukee Saucebucks. Last week going into this match. So we had to stop him from running the train on the GBA teams in the PPL. So 4-0 victory, which is fantastic, and I think probably our best showing in a league format or draft format game. So I'm really proud of that. Once again, thanks Eric for the fantastic match, and everyone I thanked at the beginning. So yeah guys, this has been OldManTup. Thank you for all the support and all those goodness and things. So next week, I haven't even looked to see who we play next week, but we'll be moving on with a 2-2 record, hopefully looking to get into the positive with both our differential, which I think is -1 at this point, and our record, which is sitting even, as I said, at 2-2 with 2 victories and 2 defeats. So fantastic. Looking forward to that. You're gonna see, for those of you who don't know, who don't follow my Twitter, at OldManTup, if you would like to, I switched from what I had been on for 6 years of midnight turns to day turn this week, which is why yesterday's upload and today's I sound a little groggy, because I woke up early to record them. Because now that I get off in the evening, I want to spend all that time with my family, as opposed to where I was getting off in the morning. Everyone was gone at school and things. There was no one in the house for me to do it then. So a little schedule switch for me, which is why the lights are on, because like I said, again, it is 5:15 in the morning on Thursday for me to record this match to upload today. So yeah guys, this has been OldManTup. Let me know what you thought about this match this week, how we played, did we make some mistakes, did we make some good calls, and what can we do moving forward. We, in case you missed the team builder yesterday, we have Heliolisk because we dropped Galvantula and traded Articuno to YoFizz, Fizzy Stardust, and the Atlanta Haluchas for Heliolisk, who I really think benefits the team greatly. As you can see, put in the work this week with the Assault Vest, able to put in damage and really keep the other team on their toes. I really like the speed from it as well. So yeah, this has been OldManTup, and I really hope you guys are enjoying the PPL matches this season. I really like the PPL because it gives me the opportunity to explore sets and thoughts that I probably wouldn't in the GBA, and I really appreciate that. And I had my best season in the GBA, Season 6, after my first season in the PPL, so I really think the extra, I don't want to say practice, because this isn't a practice league, this is every bit as serious, but I really think getting the play outside of the style that the GBA is played benefit me greatly, and I really hope it does it again going into Season 7. Sorry guys, this has been OldManTup, once again signing off for like the 5th or 6th time. We'll catch you on the flip side, guys. Peace.